That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renis Alma. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should... What? Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone! Look there!
A flower blooming out of Rena?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
The Flower of Oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Look, calm down. You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
I still can't get...
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That beam... This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
Huh? What's that? It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
It doesn't look like it can move. Tell me, are you the one who brought us here?
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
It can talk.
What are you?
Hevrect 35.
Hevrect 35. Is that your name?
Correct.
What is this place? No, wait, before that, just what exactly are you? Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of Red Women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve? Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
What did you do to us?
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way. Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden are among you. However, you aren't under its control. I see why they viewed you as a danger now.
Oh goody, more riddles.
Do you think we can trust this thing?
Like it or not, it may be our best chance at a ticket out of here. Let's at least hear it out.
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helganquil. The Red Women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helganquil?
You are on Date Phasal, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's Great Spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence, I have used any and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
A question. What is this Great Spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct. The Great Astral Spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
A voice? Just like Dana.
The voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it, without question, throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds? Wait a second. Could this Great Spirit be the true Sovereign of Rena?
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this Great Spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
Why not? We've already made contact with the will of Dana back in the Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegus. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this whole time, just like these things.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but...
Let's assume that what Hevrect 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut off from both planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will, we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's Great Spirit. Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our findings here indicate as much.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegus are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy, and the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state. As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
Indeed, And it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegis was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renaissance.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling's success. However, recreating the Renis Alma required a vast amount of energy. That is why we turned to Dana.
So that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to harvest the necessary energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
Nevertheless, you still haven't answered one of Alphen's original questions. Just why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrecht 35?
First, it was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
I'm sorry, did you just ask us to kill your master?
I did. It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes you say that?
Lenegis has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dana's energy is being harvested en masse and transmitted to Rena. If nothing is done about the Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning? That...
We won't let that happen.
Why do you want us to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
No. My primary concern is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken many years to realize. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Vengeance? For what?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit, our species is on the brink of extinction.
You mean... you're dying?
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others. Ask them what you need to know. Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Others? Just how many of you are there?
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits Dake Faisal.
Hey! Hey!
It's no use. I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
You can't seriously...
Who are they?
What is it?
Oh, my apologies. It's just been so long since I've seen any humans from the outside world.
Are you a Renan?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. The Overseer told us to answer any questions you might have. Whatever you want to know, we'll tell you as much as we can. But be quick. Our subjects are undergoing a dramatic shift that we don't want to miss.
What a weird guy.
He must have meant Hevrecht 35 when he mentioned that Overseer.
And what was that about subjects? You don't think he meant Dana and Rena, do you?
There isn't anyone else we can talk to. I guess we should ask around here.
Have you guys lived up here in Deg Faisal with Hevrecht 35 for a long time?
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head just how long it's been, though. We regularly go into stasis, so our sense of time has gotten rather out of whack over the years.
Why are you all even here in the first place?
Originally, this station was where we worked to perform maintenance on Lenegis from the outside.
We heard that the facility ended up in its current location due to an accident.
Oh, it was terrible. Apparently there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they presumed the entire facility had been destroyed.
And you've been working for Hevrecht 35 ever since?
Well, at first we thought that there was nobody else inside the facility, but then it turned out the Overseer was there all along.
What do you mean?
The Helganquil have the technology to cloak themselves around us Renans. As long as they don't do anything obvious, a Renan won't see one, even if it's right in front of them.
Which would explain why Shion and I failed to notice the Red Women previously. Do they employ an astral art of some sort?
I haven't been able to scientifically confirm it for myself, but from what I understand, the type of cloaking they use is primarily achieved through mechanical means. In addition, they also used hypnosis devices and information control to get us to do what they wanted without being detected. It's a pretty sophisticated operation, especially since it avoids any unnecessary conflict. I have to imagine that's how Lenegis is still run.
But aren't the Helganquil themselves controlled by the Great Spirit? If so, why aren't Renans affected by it in the same way?
The Great Spirit's mind control only works on Helganquil, so they had to employ other means to manipulate us Renans.
You act like this didn't affect you personally. If I was you, I'd be mad as hell at their deceptions.
I mean, sure, I was surprised when I first found out about it, but it happened so long ago.
Hevrecht 35 has clearly ceased concealing itself, though. Why is that?
Who can say? My guess is it just got bored, or maybe even a little lonely.
Don't you want to go back home to Rena or Lenegis? Our ship is going to be fixed pretty soon. You could ride with us.
No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just brainwash us or purge us outright. After all this time, there's nothing to be gained from going back. We've all agreed it'd be best to simply stay here and watch everything unfold instead. Things are going just fine with the Overseer. Not that it'll be around much longer. It can't extend its life any further. That said, I'm sure it's pleased to see the final stage of the plan before it passes on, though.
Thank you for answering our questions. Do you know anything about a spirit channeling plan?
If you mean the first plan from 300 years ago, then yes. Do you know what its main objective was?
Yes. It was to use Lenegis to siphon off Dana's astral energy and send it to Rena.
Exactly. However, there were two problems we had to consider. First was how to collect and send such a large quantity of astral energy without it becoming sentient. Second, we had to figure out how to convert Dana's energy so it would be compatible with Rena.
I take it the solutions to those problems were to use the wedge for the collection, and then the Sovereign and Maiden to convert the energy.
We have a winner. However, the first plan failed when the Sovereign was overwhelmed and became frenzied. The reason for that is because the Maiden lost control. I'm told he slaughtered many Renans in Helganquil that day. For the next plan, we tried to recreate the Renus Alma, but we didn't have nearly enough of the other non-dark astral energy types. To amend that, we set our sights on Dana, and implemented a system whereby we could extract energy from it.
And the crown contest began.
Correct. Since the Maiden had been the failing point in the previous plan, it was decided to replace her role with machinery to avoid further mishaps. A new Sovereign had to be made as well. It was such tremendously difficult work, its success was dubious. But from the look of things, it would appear such worries were unfounded.
So that's what the purpose of that room we found in the Forbidden Zone was.
What about the flower that sprouted from Rena?
Flower? Oh, that thing. That's the physical manifestation of all the astral energy that's been harvested from Dana. As I'm sure you've noticed, it's quite a lot of energy. At this point, it's likely that it's become physically integrated with Rena's planetary structure.
Hevrecht 35 mentioned that the spirit channeling plan is entering its final stage. Is that true?
It is. I never thought I would live to see the day with my own eyes, and yet here we are. Are we done talking now? If it's all the same to you, I'd really rather not miss anything that's about to happen.
He talks like the potential end of the world is just another day on the job.
You've got to remember that these guys have been living alone up here for a long time. Who knows what shape their minds are in?
Can we talk to you for a few minutes?
Sure. It's going to be a while before the two planets undergo their next shift, so I can talk until then.
Please, tell us what you know about the Helganquil.
You mean the Overseer's species? I can't say I know much about them.
Well, for starters, where'd they come from?
Where else? From Rena, obviously.
From Rena? Wait, are you telling us those things live right alongside the Renans down there?
Of course not. There's really no such thing as Renans in the first place.
Excuse me?
Oh, I thought the Overseer explained everything.
Apparently not.
Please, tell us more.
Well, in a nutshell, the Renans were originally created from Danans by the Helganquil.
But if that's true, then that would mean there aren't any people on Rena.
There aren't. But there are Helganquil. That's what the name literally means in their language. People of Rena.
But what need could they possibly have to create a whole new race of people?
It was a way to bolster their dwindling workforce. I trust you're aware that the Helganquil are on the verge of extinction, yes? In essence, we were created to carry on their work for the Great Spirit after they all die. They gathered Danans who had an affinity for astral arts and proceeded from there. That's why we, as their descendants, can all cast arts, albeit to varying degrees.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying Renans were originally created from Danans that the Helganquil kidnapped?
Wait, that explains why almost nobody can use astro arts on Dana now.
Helganquil technology is truly amazing. The way they alter their bodies is far less invasive than your conventional surgeries. They have these tiny machines that are practically invisible, which they insert into their bodies and—
Enough! You needn't tell us anymore.
How can you speak so calmly about all of this?
I guess I can see how, when viewed in a certain light, their ways may sound grotesque. But if you ask me, I think they ultimately did us a favor. They saved us from crawling the earth in ignorance. If it meant their hands had to get a little dirty in the process, then so be it. Anyway, the Helganquil are the real Renans. Personally, I don't think it's such a big deal. They're also mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets. I think that covers just about everything worth knowing.
I see. Thanks for filling us in.
Does he really expect us to believe that Renans never truly existed? How absurd.
Dohalim.
Just when I think we're getting to the bottom of it all, some new revelation smacks us in the face.
Then let's hope this is our last revelation for a while.
It feels like our whole...
Everyone's just gone their own way, huh?
Every...
Oh, it's you two. Does he seem...
You both seem off.
Well, it's...
Well, is everybody ready to do what needs to be done?
I am. There's a lot to think about, but at the end of the day, Dana's still in danger. I don't care who we're up against. We'll kick their ass.
What are your thoughts, Alphen? I want to know what's on your mind, too.
Like Law said, if we have to fight the Great Spirit on Rena, then so be it. It's trying to rob us of our entire world, and it's going to take not just our home, but all of existence along with it. That alone is enough to make it our enemy. But it's not only that. One way or another, I think beating the Great Spirit is going to be tied to us saving Xion.
You're saying there's a chance?
You're referring to the vision of destruction we all saw in Lenegis, I take it?
Yeah. 3 centuries ago, the astral energy that appeared at the spirit channeling ceremony showed Naori that vision. And to hear Xion tell it, it's the same one that she sees from her own thorns as well.
Indeed. Xion's thorns are comprised of dark astral energy, the one type which we know is native only to Rena. And if Rena's Great Spirit is what's behind Dana's pending destruction, then...
Xion's thorns are the Great Spirit? It's not actually on Rena like we thought?
We don't know anything for certain. At the very least, though, I think it's possible her thorns are a part of the Great Spirit.
While the main body resides in Rena.
Xion.
If these thorns really are a part of Rena's Great Spirit, I'm going to go over there and give it a piece of my mind and then some.
The question is, how do we confront it? Suffice it to say, that flower growing out of Rena is enormous, large enough to house the will of an entire planet. The Wedge and Lenegis were both hard enough for us to overcome in their own right. This is an altogether greater challenge for merely 6.
And we only know about the Thorn's connection thanks to Naori.
Hevric 35 has been observing the great astral spirit this whole time. It wouldn't ask us to fight it unless it has a plan of some sort. Let's go see what that is. Our minds are made up.
So if...
Do you have your answer for me?
We want to ask something first. You're asking us to fight an entire planet. How exactly do you expect us to do that? You must have something up your sleeve, or else you wouldn't put us up to it.
The great astral spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire body. Rather, its will is derived from the core, which supports the rest of the body, and is where its strength is most densely concentrated. Therefore, if you destroy the core, the Great Spirit shall become unable to maintain sentience and return to being ordinary astral energy.
And how are we supposed to destroy that core?
By using the Renus Alma. You will also need the assistance of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. They are our best tools for suppressing and controlling astral energy. Using their powers, the Maiden shall seal the great astral spirit within her body, and the Sovereign shall wield the power of the Renus Alma to destroy it.
Hold on. That sounds a lot like what Shion described before.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the Thorns with her.
She was actually right all along.
By my calculations, your powers combined should be sufficient to destroy the great astral spirit and disperse its energy widely enough to make it difficult to reform.
What will happen to the Maiden once we manage to beat the great astral spirit?
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall be erased.
So it really will kill me.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the Great Spirit, and is therefore our most reliable option.
What are our other options?
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them is so clear.
You don't get it. I promised Shion that she wouldn't die, that we'd save the world without needing to sacrifice her. We didn't fight this whole time just to give up on her at the very end. If there's any other way to take out the Great Spirit, I want to hear it.
This plan shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world. Abandoning it is irrational. It is vital that you proceed with this plan. A part of Rena's great astral spirit already resides within her. 300 years ago, the Great Spirit descended upon Lenegis in an attempt to assume direct control of the spirit channeling ceremony. We have reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the Maiden.
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis correct.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core, and can be used by the great astral spirit to revive itself. So long as it remains, it will be all but impossible to fully eradicate the Great Spirit. That is why it is necessary for it to be vanquished only once it is whole. Without the Maiden's direct control over the Great Spirit, attacking it is futile, and will only serve to strengthen it.
No.
Wait. Naori said that the Renis Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns could be neutralized by placing them in it. If so, can't the same also be done to the Great Spirit, seeing as the thorns are simply part of it?
Well, can it?
It is true that the Renis Alma is capable of what you suggest, and could contain the great astral spirit.
Yes!
However, doing so requires fine control on the level of the spirit channeling ceremony. Considering that the Renis Alma was previously lost when that ceremony failed, I cannot allow it. Its uncertainty is simply too great.
What does that mean for us if you won't allow it?
Your starship will not be restored, and you will all be unable to leave here.
Why you?
Fine then. I'd rather stay here and rot than do it your way.
Alphen?
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. The Great Spirit will destroy it. If you're fine letting that happen, and we have nothing to gain either way, then I'd rather do nothing. We want to stop Dana from getting destroyed. We want to save it. But not if it means having to sacrifice one of us in the process. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us where it's safe, then quit ordering us around and shut up!
Alphen.
What you say is irrational. Be that as it may, I shall accede to your demand.
You'll agree?
I am an observer. The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renis Alma are my species' greatest achievement. I wish to see how well they work against the Great Spirit in light of our demise by its hands.
But what are we supposed to do about the Renis Alma? One of your buddies ran off with it back on Lenegis.
It is likely that the Renis Alma is with the Great Spirit, functioning as a catalyst for it to receive Dana's astral energy.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and take it back?
According to my observations, the astral energy is most densely concentrated in the center of Rena, where the Great Spirit's core is located.
So right in the middle of that giant flower, then.
I have one more question. You've said that Rena's great astral spirit is already integrated with the planet. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Without the will of the Great Spirit, Rena is predicted to collapse. Even in such a scenario, the energy will disperse, and the Great Spirit will likely not reform.
So you're saying that even if we manage to beat the Great Spirit without destroying it, we'll still be in danger?
Likely, the collapse will occur in stages. It is recommended that you all escape before the final stage.
Man, I wish that thing would tell it to us straight for once.
Hevrek 35 and the others have gotten used to hypothesizing from afar, is all. Fix our starship. We're going to Rena.
Excellent.
But I want to make one thing clear. We're doing this for ourselves, to protect what matters to us. We're not doing it for your sake, or because you told us to. Remember that.
It matters little to me. The end result shall be the same. Repair work on your starship has commenced. You'll have to wait until it's finished.
Man, is it too much to ask for Hevrek 35 to talk like a normal person? I swear I can feel my brain starting to fry after listening to all that complicated
Is the Renis...
You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renans really come from?
I am, but not for myself.
You're worried about the future of the Renan people.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the Danans further reason to resent us.
But you still intend to confront this truth head-on, don't you?
Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, and not the dead. Even as I dream of retirement, I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan. But you changed that, Dohalim. You gave me an opportunity to see them in a different light. Thanks to your reforms, we were able to stand next to Renans not as slaves, but as equals for the first time in our lives. Of course, I'm sure there were some Renans who still hated us on the inside. But we knew that not all of you were like that. There were those of you who were good, and that was a start. When it comes down to it, Renans are just people. They can be good or bad, just like Danans.
That is, in essence, the heart of your approach, isn't it? That we're all people.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them one-on-one, then you have the chance to come to an understanding. But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about massive numbers of Renans and Danans alike. Realistically speaking, surely they won't all be able to get along.
Even if we end up butting heads with one person, maybe we'll find better luck among their friends. If we can build a society that works like that, that'll be something worth nurturing and protecting.
So you wish for people to form real bonds and do away with the hierarchy outright? To deal with one another as humans, and nothing more? That's the ideal future you hope to see when this is all over?
Yes, I do. I think it would make for a fine tribute to my brother's legacy. Though, that said, I would be doing it for the people of the future first and foremost. Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegis proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you, Doe.
Did you just... Never mind. Thank you, Kisara. I appreciate your patience as I work all this out.
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the two of us aren't so different after all, don't you think that brings down a barrier that used to be between us?
You know, I hadn't actually thought of it that way before. But I do like the sound of it.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Well, if everything we've heard about the Great Spirit is true, then we're getting close to our final battle. So I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize? For what?
I was being real stupid before, about whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that. I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being questioned. So, I'm sorry, Rinwell. Really. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been onto something. Of course you were worried. Who wouldn't be if they found out there might be some invisible force pulling our strings this whole time?
But you really trust Dana's will, don't you? Is it because you can sense it a lot more than the rest of us? Because you can understand it?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But I also want to believe it's good.
Believe?
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me. It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning, even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight. Then, when I felt Dana's will, I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm it was. It made me want to believe my powers were made to connect with it. It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You almost need it to be kind.
Yeah.
Well, alright. Then I promise I'll lay off bad-mouthing it.
You will?
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Rinwell, and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because you do.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
You... what?
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own. But I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
So you're saying there's a little bit of Dana's will inside each of us? In a way, doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
What?
Well, like you said, unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy inside us...
Yeah, maybe...
Heverick 35 might know the answer. But, you know what? I don't need to ask it. My will is my own. I fight for who I want to fight for. That's who I am now. Who I've become. So thanks, Rinwell, for sharing that with me.
Ah.
To be honest, the only reason I was suspicious of Dana's will... well, I mean, it mostly was... I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because...
Huh?
Never mind. Nothing. Just forget about it.
Huh? No, what were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember
Come
saying
on.
anything.
Now you won't tell me what you were thinking?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Then spit it out already.
Are you sure you don't want to get some rest?
I can't. I've got too much on my mind. Especially knowing how close our last battle is. How are you doing, Xion?
Same as you, still trying to absorb everything.
Remember when it was so simple? We were only fighting all the lords on Dana? All of that feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Ages and ages ago. Everything that's happened since we first met. So many fights, so much chaos, so many wonderful people.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have held the blazing sword or looked for something more. I wouldn't have my memories back. I'd still be a faceless slave, like as not long dead.
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Yeah?
If we can't find the Renis Alma, there's something I want you to do. Like Hevrect 35 said, the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Renis Alma back, you'll use the blazing sword to destroy the Great Spirit, and me along with it.
Huh?
It's true the blazing sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma, but it's taken us this far. It's slain lords and beasts. At the very least, it has to be worth a try.
You can't be serious. Have you forgotten everything
Listen,
that we...
the Great Spirit isn't just our problem. It's a threat to our entire world. Renans and Danans alike. We don't know what's going to happen when we face it, but we need to be prepared for anything. We can't second-guess ourselves when the time comes. I promise you, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm prepared to fight with absolutely everything I've got. But if it comes down to it, I need you to be prepared too.
Okay. But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Shion. I'm going to fight this until the very end. I hope you can forgive me for that.
Alphen. Okay, I understand. And I'll forgive you.
Thank you, Shion.
So it's a promise then?
Yeah, it's a promise.
I remember how I felt the first time you touched me. My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you. I don't have words for the shock I felt in that moment.
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that I had never known before. But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to worry about that for much longer.
You think so?
I do, because Shion,
No. You can tell me once my thorns are gone. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Everybody get enough rest? We ready for this?
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. Can't stand around waiting all day.
Our task is relatively straightforward. We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both worlds.
We're fighting for a new future for both Dana and Rena.
Right. We've come this far. We will save our worlds. That's a promise.
Then let's go, everybody. We've got one last wall to tear down.
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
Is that you, Hevrek 35? You can see us from where you are?
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Faisal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrek 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
Warp drive? Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helganquil, after all.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Wait, should?
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot. Understood.
We gotta go all the way down just walking?
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up, did you just...
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last question.
What?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
We exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
You mean it is because of multiple chance interactions? The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand. All right, time to get back on the Fall Knights.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude, until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
So that... This is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate. Ever.
Hey!
Yeah, just got...
Hey!
All right.
Hey, Alf. What do you think of that chick over there?
Doesn't look like she really works out.
I'm not talking about her muscles, you dummy! Hey! She's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Quit gawking and let's go.
Ow!
Hey. Hey! Right.
Sure.
Hi.
Ah! Oh, great. Good. Ah!
Up? Nice.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Yeah.
What? Yeah!
We avoided getting... roasted in that ring. But what we could really use is something to cap this off.
Sure. Got any ideas on what would be good?
Mabo curry. Fried bread stuffed with curry.
You'd probably buy out the whole stock.
Let's see what's going on around here.
Yeah, there might...
Yeah. Yep. I get. Thanks.
Huh? What? All right. All right. Got it.
We finally made it.
Did we really just spend that much money? Money?
Why are you staring at me?
That was nothing.
Shion, could we talk a moment?
I'm looking forward to breakfast. Did you get enough sleep?
cool.
marksman handle this.
My turn! Our weapons are the sword and...
Fists and...
Staff.
And you ruined it.
Is this the barrier that's keeping the Zugolin that Nath mentioned?
Looks like it. Our Zugol pal should be on the other side.
This barrier is weird. It looks old and half-finished. Plus, he said it was okay to break.
I mean, we won't need it anymore once the Zugol's gone, right? So what does it matter? Did they really think that barrier was enough for a Zugol like that?
It was. That thing was sturdier than you give it credit for.
Really? So that's the Zugol, huh? This should be a piece of cake.
Don't get careless, Law.
That is one enormous stray.
I don't think we can take it right now.
Looks like trouble with Captain Martin.
Together we got this!
Another incantation.
Hiding something tasty.
You're mine!
Hit him where it hurts most. Thank you.
It's almost strong.
Then I'll split it open.
Be my guest. Here I come!
Take this.
I'm not done!
Spear.
Vacuum blade!
Going down.
You're mine!
Shine. Take on a roll now.
Rising focus! Now I'm here.
Smash you. What's next?
No escape! Okay.
I'm on hot.
I'm not done!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about
I'm not
that.
done! Win!
Here we go again.
Damn!
Can you take it? Oh, now you're talking.
No further. You'll pay for that! This is looking grim. Hold tight.
We've been through
You
far
picked
worse
the wrong
before.
fight. Right. Time to turn the tide. I'm not done. Flight! Lunar Rondo!
I healed myself.
Rising!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life.
Where are you going?
Freeze, Lancer!
Not done yet.
Out of the woods.
Oh, violent garden. Hard now through all conflict.
Forgive me. This is my fault.
Wind hurricane.
Rising Falcon!
Watch this.
My confiscated.
You're mine!
Execution.
Bring
you on top.
There you go. No hold
Rising
up.
Falcon!
Watch this.
Vacuum blade!
I can carve through armor.
Being interrupted.
Radiant light. Boost of
Lunar
regeneration.
Rondo! You picked the wrong fight! You're mine! Lunar
He
Rondo!
who prepares is free from regret.
Rising Falcon!
Thrilling performance.
Sorry.
Stay away from my friend! Rising Umbra! This is looking good!
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here we go again. Inspiration.
You going?
I could do this all day.
Dragon
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul
Take this!
with life.
Severing wind!
Demon Laugh.
Benediction life.
I can carve through armor. Heal.
Your mom! Take a flame inside me! Yours! I'm on free!
Hurricane.
You picked the wrong fight!
Inferno punch.
I'm not done! Rising Falcon!
Hope this works.
Not my finest.
Wind!
Lightning of raging cat. Don't mind if I do.
You're mine! Severing wind! Try harder!
Sorry.
No escape!
I'll heal you all.
Damn it! No pain! Here I come! Damn!
I'll bring you back.
Okay.
Get the dance! Let the marksman handle it. Hurricane! Where are you going?
Take it! Burn! This one's all mine! Burn!
Come on, roll now.
Take it!
Let's tear him up.
Strike!
Lightning attack.
Void blast!
Over won't save you!
Between heaven and
Wind!
earth. A wailing dancing lightning.
Severing wind! Void blast!
Infernal punch.
Rising falcon!
Up and at 'em. Let's
Dragon
go.
swarm!
Take blast. Wind. Car.
Take it.
In here.
Take it! You're mine! Wind!
Up and at 'em.
Anything in armor is all mine!
Magic is there.
Rising falcon! Vacuum blade!
Freeze lancer.
This one's all mine!
Air thrust.
Not my fight!
Ready to go.
Take it!
From death to
Strike!
this.
Not today! Wind!
Resuscitation. I'll heal you all.
Vacuum blades! No escape!
Denied.
No escape!
God.
Take it!
Thanks for the healing. Watch your head, okay? Yeah, you too. If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Try harder!
I never miss. Got it.
No escape!
Now's our chance.
Rising falcon!
I'll smash you!
Severing wind! It's on! Not today!
Big blast!
Here I come! No escape! Strike! Void blast! Crumble! Take it! Reinforce!
Arch field. Not on my watch.
Rising falcon! No escape!
Dragon shout! I'm just getting started! Felt fine not too long ago.
Amazing.
Nothing gets by me! Armor won't save
Do
you!
it.
On a roll now!
Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Here I come! Severing wind! Storm! Rising falcon!
Denied!
This one's all mine! Burn!
Into the shadows. Outstanding form.
No escape!
When it is time. Hurricane.
Vacuum blade!
Razor ready.
Burn! Dragon swarm! Here
They're
comes
not playing
something
around.
big!
Try to dodge.
Now you see what I can do!
Where are you going? Shining supernova.
Eat that!
Will this help? Arctic waterfall.
I'm on it!
Healing.
I'll tear you apart!
It's over. Don't leave me. Quiver.
Not done yet!
I'm just getting... I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Crumble!
Here, let me help.
Storm!
You're mine!
Thanks, Shion.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry.
I let you all down.
Far enough. Here's the turn. Magic is there. I'll bring you back some just a bit. Ready to go.
Vacuum blade!
Is this it?
Not done yet!
Seal. I'll be saving this one. Ready to go. Raging cascade. Fresh. I can do it. Oh, take care. Resuscitation. Pluto. This can't be.
You! Stay away from my friend!
Ready to go.
Super swallow
Here I
day!
come!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Here comes a big one!
I'll bring you back from death to
This
this.
should do it!
Watch this!
Resuscitation.
This one's all mine!
That's gonna
You
smart.
picked the
I'll
wrong
heal you
fight.
all. Healing circle.
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint idea.
Nope, that is silly.
Here I go!
Here I come! All finished, he freaking does it! Show me what your heart can do!
Rise and shine! Don't give up! This one's mine! The flames will roar! Bring you back from death's abyss!
Inspiration! I can do this all day! I've let you all down. Not my finest.
Magic is in!
I'm not done!
Inspiration!
I owe you one.
Dragon Swarm!
No, I'm sorry.
We've all got enough.
Yes, ma'am.
About to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
Here's the evil! Blah, 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 that's
Try harder! My turn!
Here's a hero!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Right.
Try harder! My turn! No escape! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! You picked the wrong fight!
I'm on a roll now! That'll bring you down! Pieces!
I'm going to need to use all the
Now you
power
see
of
what
my
I can
healing
do!
arts to accomplish
You're
it.
mine! Severing wing! Rising falcon!
I'm just getting started!
You're mine!
Oh, you are gonna pay for that! Denied! Take this! Now you see what I can. Now I'm in the groove! That's much better.
Take this!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Take this! Crush!
Resuscitation!
I won't give up!
Still got some time.
This has got your name on them!
Strike!
Watch this!
Wind astral energy!
I've let you all down.
I hope this medicine works as planned.
Increasing orb! Dance in the wind! Air thrust laser! Focus! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Your dreams!
Ignite! It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out! Oh, violent guardian wind! Hard now!
Try harder! Now! Strike!
I can handle it! Freaking does it! I've let you all down.
Now I can let loose! No! Can't end here!
I'm ready! Taking storm! Close! Explosion! Razor cyclone! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Oh, violent darting wind! Resuscitation! Sleep now!
My pride was my
This'll
downfall.
come in handy! Photon blast!
Listen,
From beyond, you take this!
Divine Savior! The close one!
No heart shall break this from beyond! Imbue this vanquished soul with resuscitation!
Hurricane strike!
Breath of life! Not gonna heal my weary companion! Cure!
I'm not done! Win! No! Can't end here!
Now you're getting serious? Force of
What would I do without you?
regenerate!
Not in your dreams!
Appreciate the help!
Here goes!
Shine!
Not done yet!
Force of
Take this!
regeneration!
Here's another!
I'm ready to go!
Raging cascade!
Heal my weary companion. Swapping. Cure.
Here I come!
Imbue this vanquished soul with life. Resuscitation.
That's gonna smart.
How about this?
A wailing
Try harder! This one's all mine! Ignite! Here I come!
Engulfs you. Take this. Look sharp.
No, it's
Going in.
You're mine!
I couldn't make it in time.
No! It ends here!
Imbue this vanquished soul
I'm not
with
done!
life. Resuscitation. Breath of life. Shine. Radiant light. Pulse of regeneration.
This one's mine.
A wailing band of
Lightning
lightning!
stuff.
In here!
Elusive deity.
Dating
Pile driver.
Take this! Try harder! Now! Here I come!
Imbue this
I'm
vanquished
not
soul.
Try harder! My turn!
Resuscitation.
You're mine! No escape!
Don't mind if I do.
We've got him on the run!
Don't get cocky.
In a bind.
Right. Still anyone's fault.
On your toes, everyone.
You're to be let free!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love. Resuscitation.
Try harder! My turn! Strike! Take this! Strike!
Razor Storm! Hero! Razor Cyclone! Tunnel!
Back to you!
Photon Blast! Purge Malevolence! Arcade Waterfall!
This one's
Freeze
mine.
Sensor!
I let my guard down.
I'm not! Take this! No escape! There! Try harder! My turn! No escape! Strike! Is this it?
This won't be easy.
Don't be such a pessimist.
Hit him
You
where
picked the wrong fight! Severing wind!
I'm just getting back in there to business.
I'm
Glad
nearly
you have
done
your
with
uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be.
Dragon You'll pay for that! No escape!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Take this! Thrust! Can't move!
Smash you!
Amazing.
No escape!
I'll finish you here and now! My finest.
Stay away from my friend!
Healing circle.
Dragon Swarm!
I owe you, Theon. That's my cue.
Shut him down!
There.
The flame inside me, yours to be left.
Outstanding form!
Eat dirt!
Lunar corruption!
I'm on it!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Here I come!
Infernal roll now! Armor won't save you! Denied! Take this!
Flame of fury!
Water
astral energy! The flames will roar! From depths abyss! Oh, violent darting wind! Card now! By the power of
You're
Not in your dreams!
This one's all mine!
There you go! Don't let up!
Rising Falcon! Try harder!
I'll finish you here and now!
Strike! Ignite!
Here's evil!
Strike!
I'm on it! That's enough! Let's tear him up!
Here's a healing arm! Dance in the wind!
Now you see what I can do!
Rising Falcon! I'm not...
A chain between heaven and earth!
Here I come!
A wailing energy of lightning! I'll heal you!
Ready to go! Eagle assault!
He
does it! In a vine!
There! Run and run!
Here I come!
Radiant storm! I never miss!
Again! It's over!
I got it!
Win!
Oh, now you're talking!
Rising Falcon!
Dance! Just
Damn!
A drinking orb! Purge the left
The flame
Constantine!
inside me yearns to be let free!
I'm on it!
It looks like you got this one
Eat
covered!
dirt! Prepare to be
Water!
healed!
Here must who gets the test?
Strike!
Air thrust! Hammy! Flame of fire! Astral energy!
Rising Falcon! Lunar Rondo!
I can carve through armor!
Raging storm! Lunar correction!
You're mine!
Lunar blast! Light
Take
astral
this!
energy! Raging
Shivering
cascade!
wind!
Annihilation! Spread!
Rising
Chain between heaven and earth!
You're mine!
A wailing danger! Hold on to your art! Here I come! I'm going to need to use all the
Back you blade!
I can handle it! I'm sorry!
Oh, you are gonna pay for that!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Hurricane!
Take this!
Take this! Armor won't save you!
No more playing nice! I still have some time left in me.
Ignite!
Reload! By the power of mind and rest!
Win!
I'll finish you here and...
Whoa! Hey! One at a
Rising
time!
Falcon! Strike!
This one's mine!
Glimmer Dragon!
Got it!
You're finished!
Now's our chance! Shield!
Far enough! Take this!
I've risen! By the power of... It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
I'm on it! Talon
You're mine!
Pieces!
Shivering wind!
Storm!
First strike!
Dance in the wind!
Rising Falcon!
Chain between heaven and
It's
earth!
over!
Lunar corruption! A wailing here!
You're my
Watson!
pissed off!
Get on in there with the others!
You picked the wrong fight!
Look here! Raging cascade!
Now or never.
I'm on it!
Lunar Rondo! Rising Falcon! I'm not done! I'm not done!
Shattering the pieces!
Not on my watch!
Rising Falcon! I'm not done!
Here's evil!
Rip it tear!
Now,
In the group!
You're mine!
Armor won't save you! I'm on a roll now!
do it!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Super Swallow Dance!
You're mine!
Talon Storm!
Flame inside me yours to be let free! Burn it!
The enemy is doing all out!
Stay away from my
It's
friend!
about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
Turns malevolent! Archaic waterfall! Feel! Let's get you all tucked away!
Try harder! I can carve through armor! Now! Take it! Southern wind!
See what happened there as you crossed me? Shouldn't have done that.
I never miss! I'm on it! That's enough! You picked the wrong fight!
Hurricane!
You're my
Eagle Fly!
back to the blade!
I'm on a roll now!
Whatever! No further! Take this!
I'm just getting started!
Here I come! Now! Here I come!
No time!
Wind! Smash you!
Healing circle! What would I do now?
Nothing
We're
but
getting
fight.
raging cascade!
Come and get it!
You're mine! Dragon form!
Glacier Spear!
Here's evil!
Freaking does it! This thing is actually a broom! It's not my finest! The picture of hell!
Let me help!
Inspiration!
Ignite!
Glacial Spear!
Endure!
Raging
Dragon form!
I'm just getting started!
Southern wind!
I'm going to need
I can carve
Oh,
through
wait,
armor!
dancing and lightning!
accomplish this.
They're not playing around!
Here comes the big one!
Look at it, you hear it now!
Try harder! My turn! I'm not done!
Bring me down! I hope this thing is actually a broom!
It's on! Try harder! Not a chance! Ignite! Here I come!
Here I go!
Struck!
That's mine! Shattering
Lunarongo!
pieces!
You're finished!
Now you see what I can do!
You're mine! Southern wind! Lunarongo!
Eagle Fly!
Rising spell!
Carrying forward! Take this!
Hold together, just a little longer.
Thanks for the sympathy.
Get it together. We need you in force.
Struck!
Feel.
I'll let you all down.
Magic is out. Sweep now.
Try harder! It's on! I'm not done! Burn! Hold nothing back! You're mine! Damn! Vacuum blade! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal you all.
Ha! No escape! Dragon Form!
What a relief!
We're gonna be going all out.
Perhaps now isn't the time.
I really don't.
Glacial Spear. Here's the
Try
evil.
harder!
Sometimes I'm
Not a chance!
sorry.
Where are you going?
No escape!
Take this!
I'll bring you back from death to
I'm on a roll!
Here's a healing arm.
Try harder! My turn! I'm not done!
I can carve through armor!
No escape! Burn!
I'm now in the groove!
Struck!
A wailing beauty of lightning.
Lightning thrust!
Big blast!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Eat this!
Require a hand.
That's enough! No further! Not my finest!
A wailing beauty of lightning.
That's much better.
Get on in there,
Inspiration!
Can't be happening.
Here I come! Try harder! You're mine! No escape!
Ready to go.
Try harder! Not a chance! I'm not done!
The earth throbs in pain.
Resurrection!
I can handle it. I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Try harder! My turn! This one's all mine!
Take this!
Struck! You picked the wrong fight!
Raging storm! Up and out!
Here I come!
Celestial Verge!
Severing wind! The tactics are working great!
Full speed
Now
ahead!
you see what I... Hey, wait for law!
Art expert coming
It's
through!
over!
Close
Back in blade!
Hear me! Flame of fury!
Severing wind! I'll finish you here and now!
Spread!
Let's let you all down.
Show you what my heart can do! This rising sun! Chain between heaven and earth! That'll bring you down! A wailing fancy of lightning! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Resuscitation! Here, let me help! First aid!
Here I come!
I don't even know the word defeat. Sorry.
I'll finish you here! Armor won't...
I still got some fight left in me.
It's weakened!
Ready to go!
Dance to the
This
wind!
ends now! You're mine!
Air thrust!
Severing wind!
Back into... Dance to the wind! Annihilate!
What's this?
In here!
Can't get out of this!
I'll be saving this one! Resurrect! The
You're
enemy is
back!
going all out!
Watch out!
Chain between heaven and earth! Water!
Take this!
Hear my wailing fancy of lightning! Sleep now!
Is this it? There, I'm on it!
Ready and ready!
Radiant
I'll
storm!
smash you!
Through it!
Whoa!
Will this help? I've let you all down.
Lightning raging cascade!
Okay,
From death to
here I
this.
go.
Spread!
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm
A
sorry.
wailing fancy of lightning! I'll heal this one's mind!
I'll bring you down!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Crossblade! A chain between heaven and
Burn
earth!
it
All
out!
the power of my healing heart to accomplish this!
Here I come!
Not my finest.
Severing...
Thanks for the healing. Watch yourself, okay? Yeah, you too.
Not done!
Talon Hurricane!
Rise!
And now I'm in the groove.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Crush!
I'll bring you back from death's
Talon
abyss!
Hurricane!
Crush!
And now I'm in the groove.
Hold nothing back!
I've still got some fight
Now you
left in
see
me.
what I can do.
Time!
I'm going to need
I'm
to
not
use
done!
all the power of my
I'm
healing
on
heart
it!
to accomplish this!
Severing wind!
Blow away!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Let me show you what my heart can do.
Take this!
Shining supernova! Dance to the
Try
wind!
harder!
I can't hold on much longer!
Severing wind!
Dragon Shout!
Rising
It
Falcon!
does it!
Radiant Pierce! I can handle it! Will this help?
Far enough!
It's on!
Champion Swirl!
Burn in hell!
Now you see what I can... I'll finish you here and now! So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint, I hear.
No, that is silly.
You're mine!
Crumble!
This can't be happening!
Take this!
Whirling snap!
There!
Champion Swirl! Alright,
Prepare to be
now,
sealed! Trigger!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Huh? What's a letter doing in a place like this?
Hell if I know. I highly doubt that Zoogle was trying to guard it. Still, somebody must have left it for some... Law.
Huh? What's up?
Something up?
It's from my old man. My dear son, I wonder how things will be between us by the time you read this.
In any case, I first want to congratulate you on all that you've accomplished. Making it this far requires a strong body, fine technique, an unwavering spirit, and most of all, friends that you can count on. If you have all of that, then I, as your father, have nothing to worry about. Those things together will always keep you on the right path. That brings me to what I really wish to discuss with you. As with all of us, there will someday come a time when you'll be a grown man who can and must think and act for himself. Whether you'll live in a world where blood will no longer be spilled between Danans and Renans, or when that day arrives, nobody can say. But even if peace still eludes us then, you'll have to decide how to live in this world. Listen to others with an open heart, but don't be swept away by their words. Always live on your terms. One more thing. If I ever see you again, I hope to say this to you in person, but neither of us knows what tomorrow may bring. Know this. Whatever you think of me and what I've done, your mother and I love you very, very much.
And there's nothing in this whole world that will ever change that. Your father, Zephyr.
Zephyr.
I can't believe he's only telling me all this after he's gone. What am I supposed to do with this?
Zephyr once told me that living freely meant being your own master. I think he wanted to make sure you know how he felt one way or another. What you do with that knowledge is up to you.
But that still doesn't explain why his father left that letter for him here, of all places.
Don't forget, we were led to this place. We may well get some answers if we go back to the source of all this.
Hey.
Hey. I can't. No. Oh. Thanks.
You okay, Lo?
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof. Over our heads. We've reached our destination.
Right!
Sax Leo Temple.
Hey, Law.
Hey!
Even... I never... Oh, just great. Cheers!
What? Nice try, you two. But never.
Wait. Oh no.
I'm alone. Alvin?
Shion, you're not alone. You've got all of us. There's also... So please, we'll fight this together.
You dummy! That's not what I was upset about. How many times do I need to tell you not to blindly... That said, even if...
I'm just glad I...
You never cease to amaze me, Alvin.
Feeling better now? Shion?
I'm sorry I lost my cool like that.
Don't worry. It's not like I have any room for criticism.
Being a grown-up isn't easy, is it?
I see someone who looks troubled about something.
A little compassion can make all the difference. I propose we speak to them.
Yes! Excuse me!
Really now?
What?
I see. Agreed.
Very nice.
Dohalim, the line of researchers is getting longer.
Perhaps I should have put more thought into the... before accepting.
We finally made it.
Doing so.
We did a lot today, didn't we, Hoodle?
This was a good day.
I couldn't eat any more if I tried.
That is true happiness.
Hey, Rin.
Maybe... Hoodle, I've got... You saw it too, right? Where should I cast my line?
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. Okay, change of plans. Okay, change of plans. Yeah! There we go. We can get a good meal out of this fella.
We can make a real feast out of this bad boy.
Yeah! There we go. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Not too shabby, friend.
Ha! All right. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
You sure know what you're doing.
All right. Well, it's not bad, per se.
Maybe you could keep it as a pet.
I've got something. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
That went pretty well.
Yeah! Reel it in. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Looks like a pretty energetic fish.
There we go. Anybody could reel in that.
Nice! You caught it!
Oh, we've got a lively one. This fish is way bigger than I was expecting.
You tamed a real beast.
Is this what I think it is? Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Nice! You caught it!
Reel it in. Well, it's not bad, per se.
Looks like a pretty energetic fish.
Yeah! All right, once more from the top. All right, once more from the top. All right. Looks like I hooked a pretty rare fish.
So what's it to be? Grilled or broiled?
Okay, change of plans. All right, once more from the top. Okay, change of plans. Time to try a different spot. Okay, change of plans. Time to try a different spot.
Wouldn't it be easier to simply use astral arts to catch the fish and be done with it?
That misses the whole point of going out to fish. Okay, change of plans. Time to try a different spot. Okay, change of plans. Time to try a different spot. Okay, change of plans. Time to try a different spot. Okay, change of plans. Time to try a different spot. Okay, change of plans. Ha! This feels like a big one. This is quite the catch, if I do say so myself.
We sure hit the jackpot. That'll taste great.
I wasn't sure if...
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Everything looks fine with the lure. All right, let's do this. Yeah! There we go. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
That went pretty well.
we go. Anybody could reel in that.
That went pretty well.
You're still not done fishing yet? Boring.
You need patience to fish.
Yeah.
There we go. Looks like I hooked a pretty rare fish.
Wow, what an awesome fish you caught!
All right, once more from the top. There we go. Anybody could reel in that.
Not too shabby, friend.
Yeah. All right, once more from the top. Oh, we've got a lively one. I did it! But I'm not gonna quit now.
You tamed a real beast.
Ha! I've got something. We can get a good meal out of this fella.
That flapper was a true fighter.
Yeah! Okay, change of plans. Time to try a different spot.
As I recall, There's a recipe we've yet to try.
Yeah, this is the last ingredient we need. Sure is good to...
Hey!
Hey, Shion.
I love...
Your cook...
Shion. Make sure to get some good rest.
What joy to be sated. May I know this satisfaction evermore.
A fish! You saw it too? There's a nice breeze here.
Wouldn't it be easier to simply use astral arts to catch the fish and be done with it?
That misses the whole point of going out to fish. Oh boy, she's a big un! Wow, this fish is seriously rare.
Oh my gosh! That's a really rare species!
Wouldn't it be easier to simply use astral arts to catch the fish and be done with it?
That misses the whole point of going out to fish. Yeah, there we go. Looks like I hooked a pretty rare fish.
Wow, what an awesome fish you caught! Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. Yeah! I've got a good feeling about this one. I didn't think I'd catch something this big.
You tamed a real beast.
We finally made it.
Huh?
Hey, Elf.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
Night, everyone. Thanks to you, I was able to rest easy.
a bind?
Try harder! Now! You're mine! Severing wind, damn it!
If it cools up, time to get out of the way.
Strike! Take this!
No armor
I'll stop and charge.
me!
Thanks, Kisara.
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Do it!
Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory.
My turn!
Naturally.
Must be easy to pick off the bad guys from far off.
It is. I mean, aside from adjusting for movement, wind speed, trajectory...
See? Easy.
There's something in the water.
We finally made it.
Hey, Shion. Got any requests for supper tonight?
Me? Not really. I'm fine with just about anything.
I'll see you again tomorrow. It gets a little tough to fight when I'm this full.
Yeah, but who knows when our next meal will be.
Indeed. Perhaps we should look over the menu again.
How can you still be hungry?
A fish! You saw it too, right?
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
What should I fix today?
Wasabi.
Right. Ice cream!
Meat!
Caviar!
This was a good day. All right, guys. Ready to go?
Is it just me, or is anyone else peckish?
Is the blazing sword okay?
A little... Water's not going to hurt it.
There's something in the water.
Now where might those fish be? Dang, this fish is being stubborn! This is quite the catch, if I do say so myself.
Oh my gosh! That's a really rare species!
We've reached our destination.
There's something in the water.
We've reached our destination.
I think a little sense is...
What do you...
Let's dispose of the trash.
Armor won't save you!
The flame
one's
inside
mine.
me yearns to be let free! Burn!
Do it! Trigger our astral energy!
Say no more! That astral energy was incredible!
I gave it everything I had.
A fish! You saw it too!
You're still not done fishing yet? Boring.
You need patience to fish. There we go. That's not a fish I see often.
Wow, what an awesome fish you caught!
We should be able to cook here.
What do you say we check back in on the Ran?
Did we really just spend that much money?
I can't eat.
Looks...
Mind if I join you, Law?
Don't you think we're both getting pretty strong now? Time to make you all proud out there, just like I always do.
This will be a delicious piece of cake!
Fair enough! Inferno Punch! Somebody win!
These things really get on my nerves.
Take this! Flying spree! What can make you sit still?
Theo, can you take care of this?
Astral energy!
Say no more!
You sure showed them.
All in it. Day's work.
No holding back.
You're mine!
This will be a piece of cake!
There!
Take
this! Okay, here I go!
Here's evil.
I could do without this pain! Separate the flame coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Will this...
An astral art?
That's my cue.
Shut him down! Okay, here I go! Through it up!
I'll tear you apart! I can carve...
You know, watching... really makes me realize...
Makes you realize what?
Maybe thinking too much gets in the way sometimes.
Exactly! Don't think, just keep swinging.
Here, let me help.
Eat this!
A chain between heaven and earth.
Here I come!
Where are you
A
going?
wailing energy of lightning.
Watch this! Far enough!
Now! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
The chain between heaven
Here I
and
come!
earth.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free! I'm not done! Not today!
Swallow
In
this!
here!
Bring it!
Evil assault!
Rising Falcon!
Do it!
I'm not done!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
They really made... Just work for that one.
bad feeling about this.
Confiscated!
Armor won't save you!
Insects should stay on the ground.
Here I come! Win! We've got flyers!
I've got this! Let us march handle it! Here I come!
All yours! I'm not done! We're clean at how?
Let me take the rest of them!
Well, someone's feeling lively! Heaven and earth!
Burn in hell!
A wailing
Take this hate!
Here's
No
evil!
further!
This is it!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Win! Where are you going?
I'm just getting started!
Tempted? So here's the healing arc! Leave the enemy's arms to me!
No place here! I'll finish you here! I'll smash you!
Dance in the wind! Glacial spear! Here's the evil between heaven and earth!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'm going... I need to use all the power of my healing
I'm not
to
done!
accomplish this.
Dragon Swarm!
Dance in the wind!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Water! Here's
Wind!
the call! Raging flood!
Rising
Glacial
fountain!
spear! Here's the evil!
Throbs in pain.
Your astral arts are truly incredible.
Do it, little people! Astral energy!
Say no more!
I've been doing really great lately.
The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
Don't get careless.
Don't tell me!
Don't mind if I do.
Try harder!
That freaking does it!
Not a chance! Now! Here I come! Severing wing!
For you, Dad! Far enough! By the power of water! I'm on! Take this!
Annihilation! By the power of
Just
flame!
getting started!
The flame carved through yearns to be let free! Ha! Burn!
Watch this!
Lightning
I
orb!
never miss!
Here I come!
Raging cascade!
Wind! Lunar Rondo!
Between heaven and earth! Lunar
Dragon
Corruption!
Swarm!
Now! Kizara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Not a chance!
To the shadows!
Dragon
By the
Swarm!
power of flames!
Be still!
Not a trace!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that!
I'm not done!
Here's the flame of fury!
Burn in hell!
Burning strike! Water!
You're mine! Lightning thrust! Stay away from my friend!
Spread! Glacial spear!
Dragon
Here's
Swarm!
between heaven and earth! Freeze like
I'm not done!
Far enough! I'll bring you back from the exit! Feel! Precipitation! More for the stockpile! Take your
Mega Ray!
Vacuum blade!
Lightning Orb!
Flaming thrust!
Do it!
That took more energy than I expected.
Gone!
Here I come!
If it's in the sky, it's mine! If it's in the sky, it's mine! Hear me! Flame of fury!
That button is driving me mad!
Hear my call! Now, spread! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Right, next one!
My turn!
Already on!
I'm not done! Dragon! We are!
Undefeatable!
Unflappable!
Unfazable.
And most of all, we're free!
This cavern is surprisingly big. Not to mention nice and cool, too.
The way the light from the glowing stones reflects in the water, it almost feels like a dream.
What, this damp and slimy place?
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
You picked the wrong fight! Dragon Form!
One more time!
Inferno Punch!
Glacial
Take
Steel.
this! I'm not done!
What's this?
Vacuum blade!
The enemy wields what I can do!
You'll soon see about that. You alright?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Here's a healer! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Well done.
Your
The
mind!
power of my healing arts to
Transform!
accomplish
Burn!
what you this dream.
Vacuum blade! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll cover you!
Now! Take it! Severing Wing! Lunar Rondo! Rising Falcon! I'm not done! Dragon Form! Dragon! This is looking good! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing
Now!
art!
Here I come! Blow away! Thanks! Strike! Vacuum blade!
Whoa! Hey!
Damn!
One at a time!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
I'm just getting started!
Dragon Form!
Now!
Septima!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Hey, what do you say we fight that... shining enemy? Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this. What is... Hey, you okay?
I can still do this! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
The magic is there!
I can carve through armor!
This one's mine! Far enough!
Can't get out of this!
Here's a healing now!
Come one, come all!
Lead the enemy towards me! Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory! Natural!
Dragon Form!
Hurricane! Glimmer Dragon!
Here I come!
Get on in there with you!
Thanks, Geo. Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. Do better.
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Oh,
My
vital.
turn!
Carve now through all! With this, I can become even stronger!
Man, I hope I live long enough to
You
regret
picked the wrong fight!
Photon Echo!
Do it!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Take this!
Flying freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Xion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Dragon Form!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Dragon Form! Shut him down!
These fists have got your name on them!
Now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Will this help?
Now!
Swallow dance!
Raining
Watch
Flash!
this! Can't get out of this!
Thanks! Just let
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Dragon Form!
Where are you going?
Back! This one's all mine!
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more! I've still got a ways to go!
That equipment should come in handy.
No further!
No escape! Not today! Take it!
Chain between heaven and earth!
Dragon Form!
I'm surrounded! Now I'm in the groove!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
You are in tip-top shape.
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that isn't...
Any injuries?
Leave the chargers to me!
Not on my watch!
Eat dirt!
Mega Ray! Rip his hair! Watch this!
No further!
Lunar collision! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
I've got a really bad feeling about
I'll
this.
smash you! Far enough!
Radiant
This one's mine!
Try harder! You picked the wrong fight! Dragon Claw! Flew away!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Now! You're mine! Here I come! Dragon Swarm! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
The
Dragon Swarm!
Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push.
Let's do this together, Alvin.
Okay, here I go. Now or never.
Damn it! I'm all stuffed
Take this! No escape! The flame inside is yours to be let free!
Now!
Kill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alvin!
Now!
It's time to end this battle!
Neon, astral energy! Full throttle! I've never seen so many bullseyes.
I couldn't have done it without you.
Little help!
Damn it!
In there! Finish without a trace! Too much to handle?
I'm on it!
Dance in the wind!
I can carve through armor! We got fire!
I've got one! Let a marksman handle
You're
it!
mine! All yours! I'm on it! No escape! Dragon Swarm!
Now!
Water, hear my call!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
A flawless victory!
No, this time! I'm on it! Come on!
Astral energy!
Say no more! My turn! Rising Falcon!
Flames! Reload!
Eat this! I'm just
Now!
I'm not remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more! That astral energy was incredible!
I gave it everything I had. Really bad feeling about this. Here goes!
Lightning thrust! Lunar Rondo! Rising Falcon! Eat this! Here I go! Dragon Swarm!
That'll bring you down!
Dragon Swarm! I'll take you all along! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! That training's paying off! Try harder! Now! Take this!
Swallow dance!
I'm going to
I'll
need
finish
to
you
use
here and now!
Can't move!
Don't give up!
I owe you one. Burn! Dragon Swarm!
Do it! Sion, astral energy, full throttle!
Not Wind!
Eagle assault!
Here I come! Rising focus!
Rip it in!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
This one's all mine!
Radiant energy!
Lightning thrust! Lunar rondo! No escape! Rising focus! No escape!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Guess we don't know our own strength.
You could say that again!
We should be able to cook. Here. Alphen, do you understand what's on the line here?
What?
The fish, Alphen. With all these Zoogles around, nobody can give them a good home. Namely, my stomach.
Shion, we can't rush this. If there's a big-time Zoogle waiting for us, we've got to be prepared.
You've got to...
Hell yeah!
Mind if I join you, Law?
So,
How's...
see you guys tomorrow. I feel pretty refreshed. refreshed after that sleep.
That's a big Zoogle.
So this...
He's the one who polluted the pond!
Consider this payback for all those fish!
Vacuum blade!
The flashing part's their weak point.
Burn!
You got company!
Dragon Force!
I owe you one. Let the marksman handle this. That'll bring you down. Amazing. That's my cue.
Struck! Shut him down!
I can carve through armor!
Pain between
I'm on
heaven and
Take
earth.
it!
Lightning.
Dragon Form!
In a vine?
Blah, blah, blah. And
Severing Wing! Rising Falcon! Down! Dragon Form!
I've let you all down.
You'll pay for that!
mind if I do?
Dragon Form! Ether! Dragon Form!
Far enough!
Vacuum Blades!
Raging Storm! A banana, let's go! Celestial Hammer!
Do it!
Lightning Well!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Not a chance!
Radiant Launch!
Rising Crumble!
Storm!
You're mine!
Flame! Reload!
Shattering pieces!
Bad, right?
Yes, Alvin! Very bad!
I don't feel so good.
Now you see what I can do!
Dragon Pistol!
Slash!
I'm not done! Ether!
Now!
Remote!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Got it!
Well done!
You're mine!
Dance in the wind!
You're mine!
That'll bring you down!
See what happened there as you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
That's my name! Denied!
Here comes something big!
Try to dodge!
Dragon Form! You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
I've let you all down.
Stay away from my friends!
I'll bring you back from death to
Lightning Thrust! I can't move!
I'm gonna need more. In a vine?
Thanks for the healing. Watch yourself, okay? Yeah, you too.
What's this?
Blade! Dragon
I'm
Form!
sorry to be wrong.
We've all got enough on our plates.
Yes, ma'am. Watch it.
I'm on it!
I'll smash you!
Far enough!
No escape!
Crumble!
Slash!
I'm just getting started. It's not my fight.
Burn in hell! Here I come! Rising Falcon!
Confiscated!
It's time.
I don't even know the word defeat.
Take this! No escape! Here I come!
Where are you going?
Raining down!
Don't give up!
Time for one more.
Healing circle! I'll bring you back from death to birth.
Bring
All good things come to an end.
Freeze Lancer!
In a bind,
Into the vortex!
anything in armor is all
Finish without a...
Try harder!
Here, let me help.
You're mine! Be still!
I won't give up this fight. Denied! Magic is here! Air thrust!
now I'm in to let you all down.
The enemy's open. Not done yet!
Illuminate the dark! Magic
Dragon
is
Swarm!
Holy land!
Strike!
You're bruised all over.
Did you even notice?
Guess I got carried away.
I'm not always going to be around to heal you, you know.
All right, it's time! Dance in the wind!
Here, let me help.
Can't move!
Don't leave me!
Explosion!
Here, let me help.
Leave the fortress to me. Denied!
Excellent technique. How are your weapons holding up? That's not to give me any idea.
As impressive as always.
Here I hoped I was improving.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever. I've never seen Xian actually look flustered.
I can carve through armor.
Strike!
Resuscitation!
Take it!
Dragon
Swarm! I'm not done! There! Severing wind! Lunar Rongo! Dragon Swarm!
Dance in the wind! In here! I'm going to need to use all the power of my weapon. War without Sword Steel!
Here we
If I do!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alphen!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you!
Let's get this one online! Burn it out!
Nothing gets by me.
It's getting stronger!
Now you see what...
It's switching up its movement! Watch out!
In a bind,
Take this!
Go! Into the shadows!
dance on the
By the
wind.
power of time! Vanish without a
Such
trace!
unadulterated
Gonna
fury.
attack!
Right, watch out!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal you all!
You're mine! I'm not done! Voice Flash!
Chain between
Can't be happening.
I couldn't make it in time.
Dragon Swarm!
Shattering pieces. Attack time.
Holy land!
You picked the wrong fight! Dragon Swarm! I can't move!
Being interrupted.
Lightning orb!
Here I come!
Lightning condemned!
Dragon Swarm!
Prepare to be seen.
Into the shadows!
In a bind,
There!
Mega red!
Take this!
Lightning
Royal
orb!
blade. I'll thank you.
Does it hurt?
Green Tackle!
I can handle it! Leave now!
far enough. Ready and quick.
Hey, one at a time! Blah, blah, blah! I'm ready
Here I come!
One more time!
Armor won't save you.
You get the gist! Holy land!
That move.
Here comes a big one! Now! Take this!
I can't heal you forever!
I'm gonna... It's on!
Eagle ray.
No escape!
Take it. Dance on the wind.
You're mine! Showtime! Burn!
Prepare to be seen.
It looks like you got this one covered!
In a bind,
Forgive me.
No escape!
dead
Now
shall
you
not
see
be
what I can
forgotten.
do!
Win!
From beyond, imbue this vanquish soul with life! I'm ready! Denied!
Take it! Dragon Swarm! Severing Wind!
Catapult!
What I could do without this pain is in your hands now. I'm not done! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Bring you back from death to death.
Shine! Radiant light!
Can't move!
Generation!
Not done yet! Strike!
Let us take to the fray!
No escape!
Forgive me.
You're mine! Strike!
All right.
Take this! All will save you!
Take this! Strike!
Not
It's
in your
on!
dreams.
Ah! Not today! Take this!
Here for
There!
up and out. I never miss. No. Outstanding.
Stand here!
We won.
You're mine! And I'm win!
If we can.
I must remember my
This
limit.
end! No! Rising Falcon!
I can carve through armor! Can't get out of this!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Radiant light!
Here I come!
Regenerate!
Here I go!
Not on my watch.
Thanks!
Lightning orb.
Ignite!
More where that came from. The enemy is going all out.
You're mine!
Forgive me.
Not a chance!
Rise and shine.
Here I come!
It's about to strike.
Rising! Look sharp, everyone! Not a chance! Win!
Confiscated.
Rising Falcon! Try harder! Not a chance!
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
All right. It's showtime. Thunder field. Dance in the wind.
Done!
That'll bring you down.
Take this!
Who wants to die?
Rising up!
A wailing Dancy of lightning.
Flame inside me! Yours to be let free!
In here.
Dragon Swarm! Win! Rising Falcon! Can't move!
Do it! Law! Demons descend!
Flashing bang!
No way! Looks like the little guy had a trick up his...
There's always something bigger and slimier.
Seriously.
It's in your hands.
Annihilation!
I can carve through
By the
armor!
power of flame! Vanish without a trace!
Catch Vacuum Blade! Catch! I'm not done!
Explosion! Hear me! Flame of fury!
Here I come! Severing Wind! Rising Falcon! Strike!
I'll bring you back from death.
Luna Rondo! No! It can't end here!
Still got some fight left in me. Into the shadows! Let's hurry, Celeste! Arcane waterfall! Sleep now. This one's mine. This will come in handy.
Far enough! Anything in armor is all mine!
Whoa! Hey! What is it? I'll bring you back from death to this. I'll be saving this one. Resuscitation! Champions wall!
Not done yet! Here I come! Catch Vacuum
I
Blade!
can carve through armor!
Don't mind if I do. I'll bring you back.
Try harder! Now! Here I can't move!
Thunderblade! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy land! Stand between heaven and
In a
earth.
vine?
I'll bring you back. A wailing Dancy of lightning!
Shine!
Divine
Radiant! Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
I'm not done!
Take this!
Tear! I'm not...
Now you see what I can do! Ready to go!
And not to me!
Here's my power! I can
Pressure! It's on! Ignite!
Deny! Heal my weary companion.
I'm not done!
Sure. Take this!
Where are you going?
I'm gonna need more than that.
Anything in armor is all mine!
Take it! Severing Wind! Rising Falcon!
Burning Strike!
Okay.
There you go! Nowhere that evil!
It's over!
Freeze Lancer!
Here I come!
The flames will roar!
Here I come! Rising Falcon!
Lunar Blast! Back into the flame!
Not today!
Annihilation!
In a bind?
Lightning! Signature!
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts.
Here I come!
I'll smash you! Crescent Flash!
Through it! Get!
The fluidity of her move.
You're finished!
Hear my
Deny!
Take it!
Negative ground!
You're mine!
Behold! The Earth pulse! Tectonic vision! Now or never. Take this!
Here I come! This one's all mine! Take this! Burn in hell! You're mine! Severing Wind!
This one's mine!
Elusive deity!
Rising Falcon!
Can't move! Let's see what I can do!
Glacial Spear!
We're dead, then tonight's meal is on you.
Good go! Can't get out of this!
You're mine! Vacuum Blade! Try harder!
Freeze Lancer!
You're mine!
Here, I'll bring you back some dead
Through it!
water.
Gate!
Deny!
Take this!
Here I come!
Anything in armor is all mine!
You're mine! You're mine! Ignite! Severing Wind! Strike! Lunar Rondo! Strike! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
The big one's up to something.
I don't want to know what else it has in store.
Let's smash it to pieces before it can show us.
Quite.
They're not playing around!
See what I can do!
This one's mine!
Front! Spear! No! Can't... Stand here!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with Robert.
Here I come!
I'll smash you!
Not done yet! No further!
Nothing gets by me!
And it's far enough! I'm all stuffed up!
This one's all mine!
Imbue this vanquished soul with
Wide
light.
open!
It won't escape me!
Rising Falcon!
Lightning Orb! Alright, it's showtime!
Wind!
Heal!
In here!
Armor won't save you!
Let's get you all sent away! Mega Ray!
Listen to it! I'm not done!
Rending you apart!
Get out of there with the other!
Take
In a bind?
Not done yet! Here I come! Wind!
Ready and ready! Armor won't save you! Far enough!
That'll bring you down!
Crunch!
Down on the ground!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free! You're mine!
Into the shadows!
Wind! Flying blade! Rising falcon! I'm not done! Take this! Swallow! You're mine! Swallow blade!
Take it back! I can carve through armor!
Wind!
By the power of flame!
Here I come!
Finish without a trace!
Shivering wind! Rising falcon! From beyond!
Hear me! Live of fury! Burning strike!
Take this! No escape!
Leave the charges to me! Far enough!
Take this! Not today!
Take this!
No escape!
Armor won't save you!
This one is almost in the bag.
Not done yet. Just falling back.
Then it's time for you to do what you do best.
Spirit blade! Reload! Activate!
Shivering wind!
I'll fly you into thunder! I'll smash you!
Vacuum blade! Shivering wind! Lunar Rondo! I'm not done! Lunar Rondo! It's on! Finish! Not today! Here I come! Okay, here I go! Wind! Lunar Rondo! Take this! No further!
Leave the charges to me! Far enough!
Void blast!
You're mine!
Rising up!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Resuscitation!
You're mine! Wind!
Still got to fight like
Take this!
Lunar
Rondo!
Raging Lunar Blast!
Rising falcon!
Let them mark! That'll bring you down! Everlasting Dark! Celestial Flame!
Ignite!
Hold on to your arm.
Carve through armor!
I'm not done!
In a bind?
Photon Blast!
Lunar Rondo!
Explosion! Seal!
Rising falcon! Shivering wind!
I'm ready!
River!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
All right.
Sure.
Oh. What?
Oh.
You.
Good.
Ugh, I feel so gross and sticky after that fight.
Tell me about it. We better hurry and get a bath and laundry going ASAP.
There's something in the water.
Great! Yes! Where should I cast my line? Reel it in. It's not bad, per se.
Could have been worse. At least you caught something.
Where should I cast my line? Yeah! Dang, this fish is being stubborn! This is quite the catch, if I do say so myself.
Look at you, fishing like a pro.
What kind of...
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
Hey, Alphen, what do you think of that chick over there?
Doesn't look like she really works out.
I'm not talking about her muscles, you dummy!
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Ow.
Good.
We have truly borne witness to a striking example. Female determination this day.
Yeah, you said it.
Hey, she's pretty cute.
Huh?
I can't...
Great! Why?
Yeah.
And then she has to come along and...
Hey, you're looking a little red there. You working up a fever, or...?
You dummy!
What did I do?
Dohalim pancakes!
Huh?
At least...
Hey!
Maybe we'll have some luck finding what we need at the farm.
We've reached our destination.
Right. Thanks.
Oh!
Whoa!
Welcome, ladies and...